We're at 6103 Turpin Hills Drive doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, basically anything that could be of concern to the potential buyer. We're going through a clean out. It's actually in like the HVAC. There's a closet in the downstairs bathroom or bedroom, and so it's just kind of like a little closet where they have the HVAC unit. It's behind the bathroom in the basement, so it's basically center of the basement. In the rear, and we're going from that stack. You can tell here's the stack. That is the back of the fireplace. And let's see, we're in the room with the AC. And we're going in through. It's a cast iron stack or cast iron clean out in the floor, and then above that it is PVC, so that part has been replaced. I expect to see cast iron, at least based on the age of the house. It should be cast iron until we get out of the house, and it should switch over to clay. So far this looks pretty normal. Cast iron does look pretty ugly. It rusts, so of course you can see the rust on the walls of the pipe, but that's normal. Pretty, and but it looks like it's pretty wide open. So far I haven't seen anything that caused me any concern. Don't see any solids or anything built up. See the air moving through it pretty good. Looks like we got a little bit of choke off there. I believe that's just from something coming in. As you can see, the pipe's kind of choked down a little bit where it drops here. Looks like everything's going through it smoothly, and we'll probably be coming into the clay soon. Is probably what this is all about. There's a belly here, 28 feet. Looks like a pretty small belly though. The camera is only about 1/2 inch off the bottom of the pipe, so that's not a whole lot to cover it. So the reason why this does look flat on the bottom, that's also because of all the mineral buildup on the bottom of the pipe. But it does, the water is flowing through it pretty well. I don't see any indication of any backups or anything. Another very small belly. And some toilet paper. Looks like we're wiring into another line here. Probably coming over from a floor drain or something. Okay, now it looks like we're leaving the house here. It looks like we were inside the house. Must have kind of meandered through the floor in here, because as you can see it's 46.5 feet, about 47 feet there, and we're dropping into clay, which means we've passed the foundation and we're outside the house now, and the pipe size increased from 4 inches up to 6 inches. A lot of times the cast iron, even though it was originally 3 or 4 inch pipe, it looks a little smaller from the inside just because of that rust. But the clay is also normal for this time period. This is a 6 inch pipe. The biggest concern in this area with clay pipe would probably be roots. So far everything looks pretty good. I'm expecting another maybe 50 feet from this point to get to the main. I did find there is a manhole in the center of the front yard. So would indicate that the main flows through the front yard of the houses on this side of the street. So far, everything looks really, really good. Should be getting pretty close to the main here. Okay, should be, as it kind of turns a little bit, we are dropping into the main. So that looked really, really good, especially for a house of this age with that pipe material. I didn't see any roots, which is pretty uncommon on clay lines that old. The line looked great. The inside cast iron, the outside clay, all looked like structurally it all looked really good. Like I said earlier, the cast iron doesn't always look pretty because of all the rust, but looks like it's functioning well. You can never really tell, the lifespan of a cast iron pipe because obviously it rusts and it's hard to see how much thickness is left on that line. But from what I could see, everything looked really good. I didn't find anything that I would make note of, really. I mean, a couple really small bellies. Like I said, less than a half an inch, and there were no solids in those spots. So, like I said, I have really no indication of any issues in this pipe at all. And structurally, it all looks great. So as you can tell, we're pulling back, and we'll get a look at it on the way back also. Back in the house now. As you can tell, we got back into that cast iron, and again, he looks kind of like a horror movie in there, but that's all normal for cast iron. So I do want to take the time though to mention that with the cast iron, it's even more important that you don't use any wet wipes or anything like that, because they do not break down. You only want to use toilet paper in these lines. If you're going to use wet wipes, just throw them in the trash, because they can very easily catch on that rust there off to the side of the pipe. And when they do, can build up really quick and cause backups. So you just, like I said, if you're going to use wet wipes, just, you know, throw them in the trash. Don't flush them. Even if they say flushable, they are not. And they can cause you a good deal of problems. Okay, you can tell we made it all the way back. Pulled out there. We pulled out the pipe. There's the stack in the back of the fireplace. And again, everything looked great. Very happy with the way that line looked. And so really didn't find any issues. You know, I already talked about the wet wipe. That would be the biggest thing that may cause problems with that cast iron. So just you know, only flush things down that you're supposed to, and this line should function well for a while. So that'll end the inspection at 6103 Turpin Hills Drive.